praise you like I should.
Right now, you're known as the sort of auteur who does a lot of different things in the media of film and video and so forth. Was there a turning point where you thought, I'll do this for the rest of my life? This is what I want to do, make movies or videos. Or I want to entertain, It is quite different from somebody who's really into bikes and
yeah, I mean it happened so gradually. There wasn't one point. It was always sort of
it just led
working at working at bike and skateboard magazines. And we started our own magazine. I was doing advertising and working in skateboard, working for a couple skateboard companies, and and I'd hang out with I'd skateboard a lot, and so I'd shoot photos of the skaters, and I started doing skateboard videos, and sort of one thing led to another. And it was always about, for me, just doing things that I thought that I was excited about doing, whether it's taking photos or making a skateboard video, sort of opportunities that were exciting to do with people that I liked doing them with. Whether it's the magazines that I did with Andy Jenkins and Mark Luman. They were two my best friends, as well as two mentors. We're making the blind skateboard video with Mark Gonzalez. He was this guy that I'd always just been fascinated by, looking at the way he skateboarded, or the way he drew on his skateboard graphics, or the way he would how he'd dress. Everything about him just seemed sort of like he had a real original point of view. And so I started shooting photos with him, and eventually made a skateboard video with him called Blind Video Days. But it was just these opportunities to make things I was excited about making with people that I was inspired to be around, and I was lucky. Just sort of one thing led to another, but it was very gradual.
Did you show talent doing the film immediately? I mean, obviously, I think you must have been very talented visually with the photography, though.
I think So
you were able to make images probably, and
I was always excited about it, but I don't know if it was also I learned a lot by doing it. I moved out. I've been out here for 15 years. I lived in California for 15 years. I got out of high school when I was 17 and moved out there. It's like it's been very just like learning stuff as because I didn't when I moved out I didn't know anything about photography, but the magazine I worked for had a dark room, had a refrigerator full of film, and it had an expense account at the lab to process the color film. And then also I was around a lot of photographers, so it was like photography school in terms of getting shooting a roll. 99% of the photos would be bad, would be out of focus, or they'd be dark, or they would be boring, or whatever. And but one of them would be good, and I'd try and figure out why it turned out good, and the other ones didn't turn out bad. It turned out bad, and then I'd also ask questions to all the photographers that were around, all the BMX photographers and skateboard photographers that, every month just having these amazing photos. So just by being around them and asking them questions, I learned a lot. And pretty much that goes for everything I've ever done, is just try stuff. And first music videos they did were really bad, but I learned a lot by doing it, by just shooting it and editing it and trying to figure out.
Just really getting into whatever each chapter you had.
Yeah, and I guess they were all. I was just excited to have the opportunities, and I didn't care if I made something bad, because just I didn't want to make something bad. Of course, every time you go out to make something, you want to make something good, but even the bad things you end up learning a lot from. And